Hey everyone, this is Bogue again for a Meepology moment, and I'm here with two designers. I got a chance to play the game, and they're so kind to come on and be a part of what we're doing here in the library building of some great new games that are out there and how new gamers can get involved. And when I played this game, this was again, is always one of those. I'm like, oh, this fits right in with it. I'm here now. It's Alexis and Edgar Guevara, correct?
That's correct.
Yep.
Awesome brothers, and their game is Ro Sham Bo. You may know that in I don't know in deep South terms as rock paper scissors um, as well. They the name of the gaming company is Pearly Pigeon, correct?
Correct.
Awesome, very good. So where are you guys from originally, or how the gaming company get started?
So, born and raised in New York, and yeah, we never left. I traveled a little bit to China. Edgar went to Arizona for a little bit. And the way it started is we were video game people. We love playing video games. Grew up in that sense,
Yeah,
Nintendo, Genesis, things like this, and we always wanted to make a video game. But before Edgar went to school, right before we tried to come up with a concept. And in order to come up with concept, we like to put things out on paper and test it out. And we
sure.
were going for a tactical game. And we put it together and we wrote it out. We made the board, we played it, and we tested it out. It was a really big board too because video games are huge, and it was fun. It was great. It was like, oh, this is a fun game. This is gonna be a great video game. Edgar went to college, and then we put the game in a book, put it away. It was gone. That was like 8 years ago.
Mind you, that was like 10
Oh,
years,
no
right?
Yeah.
kidding. That's awesome. Right.
And then about a year ago, I was sitting and then I was like, I'm looking, we got into a whole playing Catan and all these crazy board games out there, these big ones, vanillas, and what's a Mech versus Minions, really fun games. And
Yep.
I got the itch in me and I'm like, oh my goodness, we made this game a long, 10 years ago. What instead of making it into a video game, what if we made it just into a board game? It was fun.
Yeah.
We put it, we got the book back out, we looked at the rules, we put it together again, and we just kept on, the board is like this big, and we kept on
Yeah.
refining until we made this real nice tight little game, and it was fun.
Yeah.
We gotta make it. So
That's
and then
great.
a year and a half later, and this is where we are now.
That's fantastic. And again, we talk about where they can check it out and try it. I know it's on Tabletop Simulator, which I had the pleasure of playing with
Yes.
as well. And yeah, you guys said you originally from the small town of New York City or from
Yeah, very
Yeah,
tight, a little bit in the edge
very
here.
remote. We're remote, but we're spreading out. We're getting
yeah,
out there.
there you go. Very nice. Well, awesome. So I guess just I know we don't do a lot of reviews of the game or open boxes or anything like that, but really the question that we come up with is why you guys think and why this is a good game for new gamers, right? Coming into the community and so forth. What's your thoughts on that? I certainly feel that it is and can give a comment, but I'd like to hear what you guys think.
One of the things that we love about it is with the rock paper scissors element we have, like the way it looks and the way we want to open to new players and more casual players, is more fundamentals.
Hmm.
We have this game, our game was very expanded in a sense, but we had to condense it in a way that it was more open for everybody, just to not be so scared, because I know a lot of people out there look at a game like, let's say, Arkham Horror, and they're like, let me not jump into that, it looks a little bit intimidating.
Right.
So the Rope Shambo is a very inviting way to get everybody together, more in the sense of, hey, I know what these units do. I know what rock does. I know what's paper. I know what scissors. So it kind of invites the players to come in a little bit more faster and be more confident how to move those pieces without
Yeah.
having to look at a rule book. And it's a pretty open in that sense. And then we invite fundamental stuff like dice and cards and
Yeah.
all these little elements in other games out there, and we put in one little bundle in this game. Um, Alex, how would you think in that sense? To make it more simpler, what else do we have here? Is we have extra features that are in the game that I think invites more beginners too, and kind of gives a little spin on bigger with more advanced players. Is the artifact system.
Hmm. That's cool. Yeah.
We wanted the game to be, we wanted you to be able to open up the game and set it up quickly. It's what can we set up in literally 1 minute,
Yep.
play the game, just go straight into the game, one-on-one with somebody, and then put it away.
Yeah.
Because board games is a social event, right? Everybody associates it with 4, 5, 6 people, and it's great. That's a beautiful thing about it. But we felt like they lost a lot of the one-on-one game, the checkers, the chess,
Hmm.
connect four, just something. Let's go back to basics and bring something that you could just pop open and play quick with your kid or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, or your brother.
Perfect.
and that's what
Yeah.
we wanted, and it worked. It worked. That's
Yeah, and it does work, guys. And I think, like I said, the more you get the name out there, get the mechanics and how the game works and everything. That's what I'd love to be a part of that and helping out here. What I found again under our Meepology methodology in this, in regards to, first of all, you understand when you come in. Most people know what rock paper scissors is, right? So there you're setting the stage. Okay, I get it. Your game, you kind of hit on a few things. The chess and checkers look and feel is something that people can easily relate to. It sets up in moments, right? Versus let me run through this, rule book with us, try to figure
yeah.
out where this token goes and this piece goes and so forth. You got a deck of cards, couple decks of cards, and you roll some dice, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like you're rolling a 20-sided or 100-sided or whatever either. You know what I mean? 6-sided dice and get at it. So I think the combination of those, along with, I do think is that, and this is interesting, I think the game is a little more complex than how it plays. And what I mean by that, and what I like, is that it doesn't take long to learn and get going, but your game is a gamer's game. And what it is doing is it is teaching people how to use these different mechanics together as they go through, but in a way that's not intimidating either. And so that's what I really found to be impressive. And then actually adding in the advantage of rock over paper, right? And scissors over paper, or I'm sorry, should be what, paper over rock, and scissors over paper. Those are great little elements that people can easily identify with and kind of have fun with. So kudos to you guys on that. I think collectively, when you do that and you can pull it out in 2 seconds, start playing with family and friends, and they kind of get the idea how it works, it's going to
Yeah,
be,
to add on to that, yeah, for
yeah,
sure. Like exactly what you said, like thinking about like a chessboard, right? Once you get the mechanics down, let's say the order of rock paper scissors, we say rock paper scissors. That's actually how the layout is on the board. So when we set up the game, it's like, how do we set up the board? When you look at it, it's rock paper scissors, and it's reverse, scissors paper rock. So it's very easy to kind of, once you get it down, there's no
right,
confusion how to order it. It's a mirror on both
yeah,
sides. We know that we both have to have one blue, one red dice because of the
yeah.
coordinate for the artifact phase. And then the cards are really easy to separate. It's red and blue. So it's very easy just to set it up, in a sense, just to lay it out. And then
So
it gets more advanced when you start playing the game.
Yeah.
that's a great point when you make about the complexity of the game. Even though we don't want to associate it, we want to associate the rock paper scissors element in the sense of just understanding what beats what. It's not a rock paper scissors game in the sense of playing rock paper scissors.
Correct.
It's
Yep.
more of just to explain who goes over what. That's
Well,
a
I
fair
mean,
point.
yeah, and it does have that chess element. So if you play chess, I mean, you do queen takes the rook. I mean, there's the thing they can
Exactly.
do that's stronger and over. I mean, but you don't have to know chess and all the
No,
rules. It's three things, right? And
Fundamentals.
I think
Yep.
that element really does add to it. But I will tell you the complexity that it adds when you're talking about it is, and I give you kudos in this because I've talked to a lot of gamers and a lot of designers. The addition of the artifact, the drop,
mhm,
right? That is something that's really unique, yet it doesn't
I love
change
it.
the detail of the game. On a, like, how do I get a card? Well, you can, most people say draw up to 4 cards or discard a card. And every time it's your turn, you start drawing a card.
Yep.
Well, okay, that's a mechanic that everybody knows. And you guys simply said, look, let me turn that on its head and do something even cooler. And I think with that piece that you added, is brilliant and well done, because now it just adds a different way to play that game, and it designs it so that the board becomes more of a piece of the game
Yeah.
than just
Correct.
squares and maneuverability.
I love that you said that. That was probably the turning point in the game when I
Yep.
realized this was unique. It's the drop system, the artifacts of
Yeah,
how to collect cards. We want the board to be interactive because you could always stay behind and back and not go into the board to
sure,
because to
sure,
avoid conflict, let them come to me.
yeah,
But in order to draw a card that will give you an advantage, you have to go out and collect the artifacts that drop randomly based off a roll of a dice, and it's a coordinate: 6 dice, six pegs.
yep,
There's a 6x6 grid. It's
yep.
we love that part, and I'm glad you enjoy that part too.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And we put up these, some graphics and so forth as we're talking, so they can see what we're discussing as well. And I do, like I said, recommend everybody get a chance to go on. Can you wrap up here? Just give them an idea how they can, see the game, experience the game, and purchase the game, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so you could go to our website, www.pearlypigeon.com. You could find the game on Tabletop Simulator under Ro Sham Bo, and it's not one word; it's Ro Sham Bo. And you could also find us on Kickstarter, the pre-launch page, and click on that follow. And we also have an Instagram under Pearly Pigeon. and
Very good.
Twitter. So there's many ways to find us. We've been getting great feedback, just like you, and they're just it's giving us the energy to keep pushing this forward.
Very sweet.
We want to develop more games in the future, but first steps, we want to take
Yep.
it. We want to make sure we get that first one in there real tight. Make sure we do what we need to do for our audience.
Perfect.
And Edgar, have anything you want to wrap up?
Oh, we've just been playing with a lot of testers recently, and we've been getting really good feedback. And so far, just like Bogue here, he loves the game, and we're just trying to put more love into it, more input on it, and hopefully we can shape it to the best we can make it
Yeah.
and be ready for the
You guys,
Kickstarter.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, and I definitely see many more games in the future as this thing gets out, and it's just some of the mechanics and everything are spot on. So, and I appreciate you guys spending the time with us talking about it as well. So everybody stay in good health, and we'll talk to you very soon. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.